Can you push the entire lobby using the new force push? Oh my god, you can. We have a lot more myths to check out, so let's get to them. If an enemy force throws an object at you, can you use the force push to push it back towards them? You absolutely can, and that car goes flying. What? Myth confirmed. Can you force throw a bunch of gas canisters on someone? And I actually tried this in a game, and yes, you can. This is so cool. Can you force throw a car while you're on top of it? All right. Oh, shoot. Okay, yes, you can. I wonder if there's a way to, like, balance yourself on top of it so you can just pump them in the face. Here we go. Oh, shoot. Okay, you got to be careful because you do take fall damage. Myth confirmed. Can you block the katana with your lightsaber? You absolutely can. That's really useful. Can you protect yourself from a force ability using a shield bubble? All right, force throw. The shield bubble blocks it. Now, what about force push? Oh, that still pushes you away. And I'm assuming pull's the same thing. Yeah, you can pull people out of their bubble. That's going to be really useful in zero build. So with the new lightsaber abilities, they introduce a double jump that consumes stamina. But what happens if you use a slap juice? Can you permanently double jump? Oh man, you can, and it doesn't use any stamina. This is actually some pretty good mobility, and I bet it's really hard to get shot while moving around like this. Can you permanently break a launch pad in season 2? So apparently you can. If your teammate gets knocked and they fall directly on the launch pad, they will disable it for the rest of the game. Oh my god, dude, I'm just bouncing up and down on this launch pad. I'm getting a headache. Can you fish with the ODM gear? All right, just gotta slice the fish out of the water. Yeah, you can, and you get a flopper. Okay, so it's the same as blowing up the water hole. Interesting. So this has to work with the thunder spear, right? Yep, it does. Can you attach to a gas can using ODM gear while it's flying through the air? All right, this one's gonna be a little bit tough to fall off. All right, go for it. Oh shoot, you can. It looks like it lifted it up a little bit. There's a very old glitch where you can fish someone to save them from fall damage, and we want to find out if it works in chapter 4. Go for it. Nice. Ah, dude, that's probably impossible to pull off in a real scenario. Can you ODM gear on the kinetic rocks while it's moving? Dude, I love these rocks. Yep, you sort of can. It kind of attaches where it was, and it's a little glitchy, I'm not gonna lie. There are secret lootable chickens in chapter 4. That's right. In the most recent update, there's a new rift event that spawns in the lootable purple chickens, and you get 3 epic items. Honestly, this is a nice find. These kinetic rocks do so much damage. Can you use force throw to pick them up and throw them at enemies? All right. It doesn't, but it does charge it up. So myth busted. Do you get thrown across the map if you get force pushed while holding a chicken? All right, push me. Not really, but I actually don't think it makes you go any further. All right, do you go further? Not really. The chicken doesn't really have an effect on this. Myth busted. Can you save yourself from fall damage using the lightsaber double jump? Max height jump. I think this should work. Yes, it does. All right. Apparently there's a massive bug while carrying knocked players. If you're carrying someone who's knocked and they back out of the game, this happens. And the weird thing is your character's just walking around like this, but if you jump at the height of your jump, you actually see the knocked player return, and it gets even weirder when you take a rift. Dude, this dude's just attached to me. Get off of me. That's so weird. So there was a crazy bug last season with impulses and the shield keg when you combined it with a dirt bike, but Epic vaulted the impulses. But there are some abilities that can throw things around now, so does this bug still work? All right, just got to get the shield keg on top of the bike. All right, go for it. Oh, it pushes you off the bike. I guess it doesn't work. Let's try it with force pull. Yeah. No, and the bike doesn't even go that far. I guess they actually fixed the bug. Can you rocket ride on top of the force throw rocks? All right. Try that again. Guys, we tried this a bunch of times and it's so hard. It's still a maybe, but probably impossible. Does the lightsaber block thunder spears? All right, shoot me. Okay, so it prevents it from sticking to you, but you just got to jump backwards immediately or else you will take damage. So apparently there's a glitch where you can float in the air on top of a gas can and you just need to get up there with a car. So let's try this out. Shout out to Muselk for this one. All you need is some gas canisters, throw them on top of the car, and then edit the car out while standing on top of one of the gas canisters, and this happens. The car falls down, but you just stay floating in the air. Myth confirmed. While we were testing myths, we found this really weird reflection bug with the lightsaber and the dirt bikes, and yeah, I don't know what's going on here. If someone's ODM gearing above you, can you force pull them out of the air? Get over here. Oh, shoot. Yup, you can. That's going to be really useful. People run away so much with ODM gear. I'm sick of it. Can you combine the flint knock and the force push to launch yourself across the map? Hit me. Actually, no. The flint knock kind of cancels out the momentum from the force push. It busted. What's the max distance you can force pull something? So we ended up testing this, and it turns out to be around exactly 50 to 51 meters, and that's going to be really useful to know, especially in competitive. So in my update video, I said that the DC-15 blaster, that you had to lead your bullets. And is that actually true? Is this a hit scan or a projectile weapon? All right, so I'm going to lead my shot here. And it looks like you actually have to just aim at your opponent and not lead the shot. So while this kind of looks like a projectile weapon visually, I think you just have to aim it at your opponent to actually hit them. Can you force pull people off their grind rails? You absolutely can. It's confirmed. So I'm trying to do the lightsaber block, and I've seen people get absolutely destroyed while blocking. So how much damage does it actually protect you from? So it looks like it blocks about 8 red eye shots, which isn't really a lot. So you can block around 300 damage, and honestly, I think they should buff this a little bit. If your teammate's driving a vehicle, can you just force throw them towards someone? You kind of pull them out of the vehicle, so no, you can't. It's busted. So we tried it with the grind rail, but can you force pull someone out of the slipstream? I have a feeling you can't. You can, but the momentum of the slipstream just carries them right back in. Myth sort of confirmed. Can you use the force mythics to redirect the thunder spears? This will be really cool if it works. All right, so I'm going to try to launch a thunder spear and then pull it back using the force. That didn't work. No, unfortunately, it does not work. Myth busted. Can you use the force push to save your teammate from fall damage? All right, go ahead. That one's pretty obvious. Myth confirmed. So the force throw rocks do 40 damage, but do other things you pick up do more damage than others? All right, let's try this with this big truck. All right, so it doesn't pick up the truck, apparently. What about this car? Oh, it did actually hit him for like 55 damage. Okay, so what about the tree log? Because these usually do 100 damage. All right, so it doesn't really pick it up properly. I guess some objects do, but they don't all work. Myth confirmed, I guess. So there's a myth that Epic actually nerfed the ODM gear in the recent update without telling anyone. Oh, they did. It's a lot slower now. Interesting. And apparently you can't build after using it. But can you save yourself from fall damage with a force pull? All right. All right, you absolutely can. Myth confirmed. There's a myth that if your teammate gets knocked, you can actually use the force push to push their reboot card. And you actually can. I gotta try this next time I play with Ninja. There's a myth that Fortnite accidentally nerfed brick farming rates. And yes, this is actually true. For some reason, brick is not giving as much, and competitive players have been complaining. There's not even a boost to brick farming rate in Arena, and it has people in shambles. Fortnite has addressed this, but they haven't fixed this yet. So there's a myth that you can yeet the jellyfish that are floating with the force push. Dude, they go flying. There's a myth that there are earthquakes on the map, and it's absolutely true. While I was streaming, I ran into an earthquake, and I'm betting that this has something to do with the volcano, and maybe we'll get an end of season event that explains it all. There's a myth that the Darth Maul cosmetics are only available in the paid battle pass, and while that is true, if you read the fine print, this skin and the cosmetics could come back later in the item shop. So this isn't like your typical Fortnite battle pass. And for the final myth of the video, we now have 2 bikes in Fortnite, and we got to figure out which one is faster. The road bike, we're going to go around this track using the boost and going around the tight corners, and it ends up completing the track in about 34 seconds. And now time for the dirt bike, which doesn't have a boost but can turn the corners a little bit better. Guys, I want to shout out everybody who helped me test these myths and submitted footage of them testing it as well. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Both bikes are actually around 34 seconds. Even though the road bike has the boost, the dirt bike just has better control. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.